Good morning. I am still trying to pull it up on this one so I can see the chat. A little rainy. I don't think the phone will get damaged out there. But it's dark, so we shall see what kind of sunrise we get. It's so dark out there. There's not even a single light. Oh, let me pin the thing in case somebody wants to join. Oh, dang. There we go. Link is posted if anybody feels the urge to join and join me in the darkness. Trying to pin. Let me. Pin. It does not let me pin. So. Howdy, Annie. How are you? Wow, it appears very dark out. I lost the stream. There it goes. That was weird. Also, I can't pin the StreamYard chat button. I think it's so odd. There's not even a single light out. There's usually people's lights from their campers and underneath, and nothing. Almost like somebody went around fulfilling a wish of having no lights on in the whole area. Well, I do see one. I see tiny little flashes. Here comes the rain. It's gonna rain all day. Okay, just finished watching Coal Miner's Daughter. Oh, I love that movie. Well, I don't know how much I love it. I loved it that day because it was the first day of driving alone. I was on my, let's see, driver's license. Yeah, because you don't have to drive with somebody else in the car. But I had to be home by midnight, and I had bought a bag of sugar-free candy. And me, the binger I am, ate the whole freaking bag. And Oh my gosh. I did not know sugarless candy causes gas, and I ate the whole bag. I had to pull off the side of the road, have a few explosions before I could get home. And I got home late, and my mom was so mad at me, and I had to tell her what happened. And I saw her trying to stop from laughing, but she just couldn't be serious after I told her what happened. Just be basic. Yeah, that's some funky, weird experience. So it's a new year. Nothing feels new. I don't feel like all my stuff's been wiped away. I think it's just the state of mind that we get ourselves into when something new comes along. We want to start it at a new refresh. Sorry about that. Chat about it. I thought we'd be seeing the glow of the sun by now, but we see nothing. It's pretty bad every morning when you know it's time to get up and you can do something and you just lay there and say, should I even bother to get up today? Finally, out the gate to the other side of the road, opened my car and kicked it out there too. Only problem is I don't think 2022 is going to be the worst year. I think this year's going to be, but that's okay. We could be hopeful. We could be hopeful. I got a gut problem going on. I hope you're not hearing it. I streamed the game too, but I'm surprised I was able to get on at all. There is next to no bars. I didn't even see any. I had to like test the internet just to see if it would come up. So today being rainy, I don't know if all the clouds holding the signals closer to the earth will help, but everybody's going to be indoors watching TV all day, so I don't know how much of a signal I'm going to have to watch my stuff. But I've been through so much, one day at a time. Take it slow this year. Yeah, hopefully I don't make any mistakes this year. That was funny. Okay. Well, hopefully my mistakes aren't as drastic to me this year. Maybe that's how I should say it, because I will make mistakes. I make mistakes, I fall, I break things, stuff happens. That's the way it is. Totally black on the screen now. I know. Well, I can see a car coming. That'll be evidence that it's working. You see that light flickering? That's a light coming. It's been flickering for a little bit back there. So it's probably coming all the way from the magic circle. Oh no, that's not a car. That's somebody flipped on their light. Here comes the rain again. Yeah, somebody flicked on a light. That's not a car. There was so much traffic last night. I'm telling you that lit cactus. I should have went over for the party, but I didn't. I wanted to stay inside where it was warm. Oh no, the humidity gets to me too much. So I didn't go to the biggest party of the year, which I should have. I'm kind of regretting it now. But they about 1 o'clock, the party let out, and there was so much traffic. It felt like it was mid-January, and everything's packed, and they're lined up at the dump. And I think that was even more traffic than that. I mean, at one point they were paused to let people out the street, and I'm a mile back. So it was a pretty big. It was a killer drummer circle because I heard it so badly wanted to jump out and go. I'm like, no, just stay. Try to stay out of trouble. I'm rambling again, ain't I? I don't really come on with topics. Maybe that's what I need, is some kind of topic thing. Today's topic, I don't know. My resolution. I resolved in 2023 to use the date 2023 in my date for my signatures. And that's about it. I don't really make resolutions. So I did one painting called New Year's Resolution, and that was after the 3 years of sleeping that they had that they jacked up on those payments, and all I could do was sleep. And I did that painting, and it was, I don't know if I could pull it up. It's on my store. It's called New Year's Resolution, and it was just about getting out of that seat of comfort and just pushing myself because the chaos life is just trying to push me out of that chair towards the opening of life, and I didn't want to go, and I just sat staring at it. When it's too normal, it's too normal, but it's not. I don't know what about normal repulses me, but it's very hard for me to do. Yeah, I thought about that, but then I realized that oh, so I can go back and make sure I use 2023 in my date line. That's funny. But I thought about putting New Year or January 1st or anything like that in the title, and I'm like, everybody's gonna have that today. So I put a boring title in because not everybody's gonna have boring titles today. Whatever. Happy New Year, U-Haul. I'm waiting for my order to come in. I'm getting anxious to get that pillow. I just couldn't justify a whole trip to Mesa for one thing, so I got my orders in so I can go back and, and get all bunch of stuff at one time. So I ordered my flag and stickers. I got a sticker for a window on my camper and a sticker for a window on my truck. I have some magnets I want to order. I'm going to use those at the laundromat so I can remember which machines are mine and advertise all at the same time. So, but yeah, this pillow I have is like a flattened mess. It's non existent. I have to roll it up if I need to lift my head. I need to go back. But I have a feeling it'll be this week because I think that order will come in pretty quick. So I wish it was today. It's rainy. It would be nice to be in Mesa today while it's raining. Boy, do I wish it was. I'm maybe sleeping in today. I think it is. Well, it doesn't come up till about another half an hour here anyway. And then it takes another 18 minutes to come up over the mountain. So we got a little bit of time. It's just not even picking any color yet. It's probably like the color will just pop out quickly and boom, that's it because of all the clouds. But being there's lots of clouds, I think we might have some purtiness in colors. And that's one of the main reasons I got up. I'm like, oh, it's just cloudy. Then I'm like, oh, that's the prettiest sunrises and sunsets. Oh, I got up for it. I think the sun may be sleeping in today. Yeah. So, it'd be nice if it was sleeping in. Wouldn't do any good because I'm already up. I think I'm either going to sit in my truck cab and work on my listings today because I'm not going to have enough power to keep the laptop going in my camper today. I mean, I might. I could go out and look and see how much power I have, but it's raining. If I have 12 something, I might have enough power to run all. I have enough to run at least a couple hours. I should do that. Really, I'm not looking forward to going out there. I can't even imagine. Where is it that the sun doesn't come up for like 6 months? Way up north. Being in Canada, you probably get a lot less sunlight than we get, wouldn't you? Bit of daylight is showing. Oh, weird. Oh, it's kind of purpley, where it wasn't before. Oh, yes. Yes, it is. I have the curtain over the window, too. I'm like watching it through the phone like you are. Yes, oh, what I do have a brain cramp. I confused Alaska and Canada together. Sorry. That was a brain cramp. No, Alaska, they had 6 months of dark. I can't even imagine forcing yourself to get. How? You would have to have a job in Alaska. There was no way I could get myself to wake up every day. I wouldn't even have a clock if I were in Alaska and it was dark all the time. Why would you even need a clock? I don't have appointments I go to. I guess I do have a doctor appointment every few months, but not a real doctor's appointment. It's a telescope thing for the mental, but yeah, forgot what I was talking about. Wow, that isn't interesting. It's like purpley. I like that car coming. The car will give us some beams. So I saw Eric posted some lights, and I'm like, oh, that's like Phoenix Zoo lights. But I've never been to Phoenix Zoo lights either. I just hear about them. I like lights. I don't like the season, but I like the lights. Oh, the reflection. Let's pretend that's the sun and it's going away very fast. Oh, it looks like we got a drop on the lens. We got to pull it in and wipe it off. Oh, we're getting drops on the lens a lot. Okay, hold on. Let me clean it up for a second. I think that cleaned it up. I can't tell. All right, so we're gonna have a problem. It's raining pretty hard. I don't think it'll ruin the phone because the phone is not flat, so the water shouldn't go into it. I can't get all the water off of it. We're just gonna have to deal with spots when they come. That is interesting. I believe I've never watched the sunrise this dark before. This is fun. Usually when it's dark, I just crawl back and go to sleep, but I'll usually watch. So I could either sit in my truck and work on my laptop, or in the library and work on my laptop. I can't afford to run my battery all the way down because I just cooked beans yesterday and my fridge is full of beans. And if I run out of power, I've ruined another batch and I ain't about to do it. So, but then I could always plug the fridge into the truck. Hmm. What I need to get is a maintenance charger or something that'll reach from my truck battery to my solar batteries. Then I could sit in my truck for a few hours and charge up my solar battery. We need to sit in it actually. The keys come out of my truck and I can lock it up while it's running. I know people keep trying to talk me into a generator. Well, the truck is a generator. Just got to get the equipment, run it there. That's what I'm seeing it. How close are we to the sunrise? What's that? Good 25 minutes. Oh, whoa. I can't believe Squim's so close to your place. That's where some of my friends are. And if I get enough money saved up, I'm just going to drive up the coast with them. It'd be nice if I could save up enough money to go to Washington and Pennsylvania. I think I could do a Pennsylvania trip. Oh, I think I thought of that yesterday. Doing a Pennsylvania trip on a flight, just going for a short. It's not sitting on the ground. What's wrong with it? That is weird. Like my, well, I have two pieces of plywood for my floor, and it's like the one is different level than the other, and I don't like that. That makes me nervous. I have to climb underneath to see what's happening. Anyway, this container does not want to sit. There it goes. What? That is so weird. Oh! I'm like, why won't the tray sit straight? And I'm looking at the floor. It's not the floor. The lid of the container wasn't on, and I have a tray on the lid. That's too funny. I wonder it wouldn't sit still. The lid wasn't set all the way. It's 48 degrees in here, and I'm in short sleeves. That's not. Oh, holy cow! How come I don't feel so? Maybe that's why I keep climbing in the blanket. I get this weird thing where I don't feel, but I feel at the same time. Oh, wait, that's the outdoor temperature. Okay, somebody, I have this thermometer set. It's indoor and outdoor, and you put the outdoor sensor out. Well, I lost the outdoor sensor part, so I don't have outdoor temperature unless somebody around me has a sensor that it's picking up. Today, it has a sensor that's picking up. It's 48 degrees outside and 64 degrees. Okay, that's why I'm not too uncomfy. It's 64 degrees inside, and I have run absolutely no heat. That's just my insulation on this thing. That's pretty good. Insulation and breathing. And I don't have a laptop on, so I don't have heat from the laptop, but I am gonna heat it up a little bit in here. I like it in the 70s. I am also dreaming of somehow creating a studio that comes off of the back of my truck, off of my truck bed somehow. I need a studio. After painting in Texas and having a place to paint, coming out here just sort of sitting and wondering and spinning my wheels of what to do and working on my store stuff, I realized I really need a studio. So, I could talk with Tom, the honey guy, and figure out. I don't want an outdoor one, not downtown. If I'm going to do an outdoor one, it's going to be one right beside my house where I can go get comfy anytime I want. I have sensory issues. That's why I don't like pets. But, yeah, being outside without a distraction is very difficult. Like if I'm hiking or geocaching or just enjoying a walk, but just sit out there, ugh, I can feel the elements too much. I need a studio. Chloroplast is a good option. I can make a so expensive. So with plywood, all of it would be expensive because I could do a cube. The sad thing is, well, maybe a canvas if I had a way to stabilize it to the truck. But you can't just do tents out here. The winds, as sustained winds at 45 miles an hour, and then you get gusts. Your tent ain't holding up. And that usually happens right as spring starts to come in. Okay, the sun's gonna creep in as a gray blob. Oh wow, now I see where the raindrop is. The headlight on the raindrop. All right, I have to fix that. Okay. Funny. All right, there we go. Fix for a little bit. That was funny. That rain's picking up. There goes autofocus, which I don't know how to fix. I know how to fix it within the camera app, but it doesn't fix it for every app. Kind of goofy. People surprised to see any cars. That was a huge party last night. That drum circle almost so many drums. Or they did have a big speaker system, but it just sounded like a drum circle at the end. Hmm, I can tell. What if it is sneezy day? All I gotta do is touch my nose and I can feel the inflammation. And I don't understand. I don't know. Wow. It's fully allergy related, man. Usually allergies don't pick up when the rain is hitting, but this is picking up right now. I'm getting around now. Yeah, I've even been dreaming of how the heck to do that truck cab. I'm like, all I gotta do, feel up the sides on the outside, make a doorway, and then I could take something in a tarp on days that aren't too windy, put it from the truck to my camper, and then I'd have a fully self-sufficient to run to my studio. And then the rest of the time I sit around and decorate in my head. I want to make things more look built in, but yet not fully built in because I have to be able to pull things out to clean easily, replace floors and stuff. So I thought I'd start with my kitchen with the long cabinet, and then I'm like, I can't just do one long cabinet because I would have to empty it, pull it out, unless I just had a, well, see, that's still a bunch of stuff to pull out. I don't have to pull a bunch of stuff out. So I could do, uh, I don't know, with food supplies and things, they're heavy. And I'm making the cabinet out of foam board and nylon netting for reinforcement. If those the I'm going to plan on the base cabinet of the kitchen being like a container that I could pick up and move it out. I mean, I could pick it out and move it, but I'm going to make it to where flip containers have to flip under it, I guess. I have to empty it to move it. It'll be all right for now, I guess, until I find a better way. If I could find a really lightweight aluminum wall cabinet, that's it, aluminum. What was I searching for? And I never found them, and they were all too heavy. Oh, I just did metal. I didn't think of aluminum. I'm gonna see if I can find anything. Maybe I can get somebody to build me an aluminum base cabinet. I'm gonna write that down before I forget. Now the closed ones I can build into. I'm actually thinking floor to ceiling because it has the curve at the top. And if I keep it only a foot away from the wall, it won't look like it's blocking off my view. That's just for the middle section, though. In the ends, I need to be able to put stuff on. But those, I could take them out with clothes in it. They're not going to be super heavy. Maybe some of the cargo knit. Yeah, I had one of them for the top of my load. Eh, time I was transporting chloroplast, so that was wild. It held the stuff in, but I want to get to. I need. Yeah, I need to make the. Oh, you mean for like a cup? Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking, being as cheap as I am, getting some chicken wire or hardware cloth and putting it. Won't make it waterproof, but it'll hold stuff in. My first thing I want to do. I mean, I'd like to be in there. So yeah, no. But my priority is to get the stuff in there so I can get to it without having to dig. And right now, I have to. I have this long tarp folded in half over my stuff. It's all like my stuff is all pouched into it because my toolbox takes up part of the truck bed and there's a gap on the other side of it. So the rain goes down there and it'll flood the floor of the truck bed. So I can't cover the whole thing. But if I closed in with the ladder rack, that would cover over that and there would be no more water in there. Then I could store the stuff up along the sides and be able to climb in. And then that would be easier to access things like old school suitcases. Yeah, my problem is I don't like stacking. I have baskets on top of my clothes box, and even that annoys me that I have to. Well, now I have stuff in front of the box too for decoration, so now I got to move that. I got to take the other box off. I like shortcuts. I like to open the door and boom, there it is. I don't want to have to shift things. That's why I don't. That's why I don't just keep it in the containers because I can paint the containers and put art in them. I just the stacking. It drives me crazy. Plus, I just kind of want it to look homier. I got to get new reflectics and try my decorating again. It's not even on both sides. You know, one it's the same kind of pattern, but it's more shiny on the other side because I went lighter with the paint. But I think I do like the darker. I am liking the brown. So I want to get some new reflectors. And you could say try the backside, but the backside's all messed up trying. My taping was bad. Yeah. And I think I'm going to do it from ceiling down and then do like a wainscoting for my headspace because now my head sits on the reflectix and it kind of messes with it when you lean back and relax. And I got a head rub spot on it. Yep. Nope. I need some wainscoting there. Thought of getting a cat for the truck to put things in. Well, I have a toolbox where my batteries are. I would have to take out my batteries and redo my solar setup. I also have a rack, so I would have to remove the rack. And then I would have to be able to put the panels on the cap. Yeah, I thought about it. I thought about what I'm able to do, what I'm able to financially do, And here's my thought. I'm thinking of taking some plastic and going from the pole on one side all around the outside of the pole on the other side and do three of the sides with it. And then do the up underneath the panel and make my roof with saran wrap. I heard that's pretty cheap to do. Yeah. I also thought of getting PVC pipe and doing a cube under the rack to hold up the top of the canvas or tarp or whatever I'm using at the time, and but it's got to go to the outside of my truck bed, otherwise I'll have the rain coming into the truck bed. But that would help hold it up on the inside. I just get a cube without having to drill through the metal and buy a bunch of extra attachments. Oh, yay! I went over there to turn on heat. I instinctively filled up the tea kettle and put on for coffee water. And now I'm like hearing it hiss, and I'm like, yay, the coffee's almost ready, and I forgot to think about coffee. There's tops of the truck hanging around. They charge an arm and a leg here. This is a community of nomads. Everybody wants stuff to camp in. I can't even tell you how many people are still in tents out here. Some sleep in their car and use their tents for the rest of the stuff, but some don't even have cars. There's a lot of people with no cars and tents out here. Uh-oh, did I already have hot water? Yep, I have hot water already. Uh-oh, I better use it up. I have a 48-hour, 24-hour hot thermos that I put water in at night. And I'll get up in the morning and it'll be all ready to use for a cup of coffee, and I forget I have it. I had leftover decaf and I've been sipping on it, so I haven't. Uh, they were pulling out of there at 1. They started pulling at about 12. They were coming out of there at 1 o'clock last night from that big Catholic party, which I regret not going to. I don't know. I'm kind of where I want to stay out of trouble. I shouldn't say kind of. I just want to stay out of trouble, and that was my main reason for not going, I guess. I, people antics on some days warrant staying away. Well, I had a nap yesterday. I hate self-discovery days, man. I got tired. Oh boy, I hear the rain. I hope it's not raining soon. I'm pouring my coffee while I got the hot water. Sorry, that's why I haven't answered any texts if there are any. Because to deal with the situation, I put too much water on the boil because I forgot I already had hot water. Now I've got unnecessary steam buildup. side. It's just gonna end up pulling down because I ain't got no container to put it in. There you wash my hair. Doesn't need cleaning. Let's say it that way. So I can't use it to wash my hair. Not the honey, not the cream. I get done putting the cream. I put the lid on it. I put it back. I reach in. I put the funnel thing in the microwave. Then I reach for the creamer again. No, I want honey. What'd I do with my candy bar? Did I forget to bring it? They gave me a candy bar yesterday. Oh, it's either, nope, I think I forgot to bring it. It's probably still sitting on the table over there. Okay, well, we're not going to put a candy bar in my coffee. Probably should stay away from the sugar. I had a coconut ice cream bar, you know, those Mexican, you might not get those up there. But anyway, we have these Mexican ice cream bars made out of coconut water and bits of coconut. Oh, I ate that and all that cane sugar. It made me sleepy. We were supposed to have some hot chocolate, take the dog for a walk too, and all of a sudden I'm like, I am tired. I gotta go nap. That sugar knocked me out. Here I go. Coffee is done. Coming to check the chat. Okay, let's see. Internet ads free. Yeah, I don't know how free something is if you can't set it up yourself. I don't know. I really don't know if that's the solution or not. It would keep the stuff dry, and it would be easier to get to it. It would give me a place for the food in the fridge instead of the cab of the truck, which is another reason. I wouldn't think twice about taking my laptop and just sitting in the truck and working because I can run the truck and run the laptop off that power, but the truck cab is loaded with stuff that I don't have anywhere else to put because of the not being able to cover my stuff in my truck bed well enough. You know what I do have? I have a pup tent. I'd have to find a way to, I don't want to stake it down. I usually weigh them down. I don't like to hear it flapping around in the wind, but if we're not having wind, that would be a. What am I doing? I don't want to go sit in a freaking tent with no heat. Yeah, in the valley we have some truck cabs that they would sell cheap just to get rid of. But here in Quartzsite, nope. There's way too many nomads to, that would buy it that they wouldn't give it away for free. And I'm not, and how the heck would I even, I'd have to pick it up. How? I got a rack attached to my truck that I don't have the strength to take it off, which has to have the solar taken off. The panel I can't even lift to get all that put on. I physically can't do that. and I'm not going to count on anyone because the people I know out here are all older and disabled. So that's why I think about these things, but I really don't get far. The most workable idea I came up with is that saran wrap. Oh, and the problem is I have to drive that truck sometimes. Whatever I put on there to cover up that cab has to allow the solar panel first off, so I have to work under the solar panel to make any kind of roof. Yeah. Oh, help. Yeah, I don't want to rely on the help. That's the problem. When I have to rely on the help, I get so frustrated. I like the sound of rain when I don't have to be out in it. The rack on the truck holds up a panel that I can't even lift. It's a very, very heavy panel. It came with the truck. Might be if I could do the work. And here's also what I'm thinking. There is more likely repairs needed to be done on a truck cab to prevent leaks and things than the work I had with the truck wreck, I guess. But then I got to count in all those hours of digging because of the way the truck cap is. So maybe that negates that. It could go on the truck top of that. Because when I first had my panels, but then you're drilling into a source that's not as strong. Well, I guess some of them truck cabs have ribbing in them that are you can bolt to. Yeah. Somebody suggested a soft top. I'm like, that won't work. You can't bolt anything into that. But I don't know. I don't think it would take much to take PVC and do a cube, so I have an outline thing underneath my ceiling thing, and to drape my tarp over that and over the side, or my canvas. I'd rather get canvas. That would last really long, and I can make that in panels and join them together and seal it and all that stuff. That would hold up to the winds better, even. But however I do it, it'd just be easier that way. Because then I can change it out, take it down the drive for longer trips. It would work on shorter trips to have it stabilized enough to go for shorter trips, like a 3 hour drive, but I'm talking cross country. 2x4s. 2x4s rot. That's what happened to my wood, and that's why my panels, the front ones, flung up over the back one. And PVC is not strong enough. Well, I guess it depends on the PVC and what kind of frame you build. But I'm like a simple box frame isn't going to hold up that panel. It's very heavy. And with the element and the movement, the PVC kind of dries out, and then if you're driving down the road, the vibrations, yeah, that wouldn't hold out too well. Although a lot of people do it. I guess if you paint it, I'm just like, the less I have to take care of. Here's the problem: I get lots of thoughts, but I don't have lots of hands or strength. And I know I could probably get help, but the problem is when you start relying on people around you when you're a nomad for help, then people want to start controlling you. It is really weird. Or the relationship's strained because they see you as a needy person. I That's the last thing I need. They don't. That's probably why I'm staying away from people this year, is because the depression and the after the convoying, and I made myself broke and stuff got broken, and I just put off this needy thing, and I don't want anybody to catch on to that part. I don't know how to explain it. Wow, it is foggy. That's it. That's our sunrise. Yeah, I had pressure treated before. It's no, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting wood. I'm not using wood. If I had to use any wood at all, it would be panels, and I could close off the sides of the truck using the rack itself. If I could attach something to the outside of the rack, I could close it in. But I don't have that kind of money for those kind of materials, so I have to think more of a temporary type situation that'll work longer term. It's kind of backwards. Mm. But I don't know what I was watching. Some kind of camping thing where they made these panels, but they weren't too, bigger than 2 feet a piece, I don't think. They wrapped it with the saran wrap and then a layer of the Reflectix and a layer of, or was it Reflectix and insulation? It was like completely around on both sides. So on the inside, it had something to insulate it. Then it had the Reflectix over it, and then it had something wrapped around the outside of it, and that was their panels. I'm trying to remember. I have to. I don't know. I should have bookmarked it. Maybe it's on my save list somewhere. But then I look at on Instructables, they have these instructions on making a foldable or portable dome. And they have one out of cardboard, but I'm like, well, what if I can make something of a panel out of this other method and yet attach them and have a dome somehow? Yeah, if I could meld the two ideas somehow. Because if you heat PVC enough, you can flatten the end of it and you can make the flat ends you need to make an octagon for the dome out of it. Again, we're talking money stuff. I don't have money. I'd rather travel and see friends than buy stuff. It's not like I'm super needy. I'm comfortable. I'm warm. I've got pretty stuff. I just want to keep improving. I'm like my dad. The house was never ever done. He always had ideas. Always improve this, change this. Let's make this idea better. It was always that. Yep, that's chloroplast. That's the stuff my first house was built out of. That one only took me a day to build, and it lasted 2.5 years, and it was still in super good shape. In fact, two of the panels I used for it are on my used for my covering the foam board insulation on this thing. Oh man, that stuff is it's very expensive now. I used to be able to get it for under $10 a sheet, and now it's well over 20 a sheet. Yep. If I could afford that, I could close in the truck with that. Of course, I don't know how well that would stand up to driving in heavy winds, but I mean, there's probably even a system you can get the Marines uh, snap bolt and put a snapping on it. You can snap it when they get there because they're so lightweight. They could sit on top. Another kind. Hmm. Yeah, those things make you can make nice outdoor patios with those things, Annie. I have somebody here offering me some PVC poles, but here's the big but. Been a friend for a couple of years. I think he's trying to get more than a friendship. And I'm realizing when people are offering me things, they're not just giving me things to giving me things. A little bit of wanting something in return. So I'm not taking PVC pipes from him, but I could make a hoop tent cover to go over my camper. Again, it's the cost of canvas. I know you can get cheaper canvas, but canvas is still expensive. I have so many ideas because I'm sitting here with not enough internet to stay in touch with reality. So my ideas are just all over the place. Actually, it's fun. I can't say can't complain about it. It's very fun, but it does drive people crazy when I have one idea and then the next day I have another idea and they're like, "Wait, what happened?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know." So anyway, at the dump, I found a nice little set of drawers, but it's not the same size as my big ones, and it's not the same size as my little ones. It's like right in between. So I can't collecting things that don't match in size. So trying to decide which to keep or where I could stuff it in to keep. I'm waiting to get rid of it so I get my plan done. That's what I need. So I got this box of drawers in my way. Oh, I'm starting to do this hoarding thing, hanging on to things that might be useful instead of just keeping the things that are useful because of finances again. That's what happened as a mobile home. I didn't have the money to fix anything, so computers, and the ones I had were so old that it was constantly this piece broke, that piece broke. So I had like 10 computers stacked up for pieces to keep one running. My whole house was like that. For everything that needed to be running, there was stacked up. Clothing stacked up because I couldn't afford to go out and buy new clothing. I went 20 years without having to buy new clothes because I just kept things a couple sizes stacked up for next use. So they called me a hoarder, but yeah, there was a lot of stuff. See, I'm collecting stuff again because it's useful and I need to finish my organization, but it's not so useful that I need to finish my organization, is what I need to tell myself. Stuff is in a really good place. Yeah, I need to find what I really need for my kitchen is a cabinet. Get my microwave out of here and put it in my truck and just use it for a shoreline. I need to get a very lightweight metal cabinet to put my camp stove on to run the heat and cook and stuff. I don't want to trust a different surface because I might get. Am I bumping the mic? No, that's too close. Okay. Yeah, what are we talking about? In that cabinet. And if it was lightweight enough, the whole space would have got a cover there. So, millions of ideas. I guess the ideas will keep going until I have the money to actually confirm and do one. That's how it works with me. I'm not going to get rid of any of my clothes until they're done. I'm not buying stuff again. Yep, yep, that's the way I was. Clothes, gadgets, everything. I was I was like, I can't afford to even go out and get the part, let alone the labor or to replace it. Like I just gotta hang on to it. Then I had the grandkids, and I didn't. Well, at one point, I had custody of them, and then CPS didn't file their paperwork, so I was hanging on to their stuff, thinking they would be coming back at any minute. Well, when I realized they're probably just a couple years later, they're just too big for the stuff I saved. I finally got rid of it, but oh my gosh. Yeah, we at our dumpsters here on Quartzsite, people put the good stuff outside the dumpster, and people come by and pick. We have a shelf by our bathroom. People have been putting stuff on. They put food they don't want, items they don't want anymore, and people just come by and grab it. It's raining. I hope somebody grabs the. I put two pairs of leggings out there. I can't wear the plain color leggings unless I wear practically a dress over them because I got that slab thing going on the back of my thigh. Well, that was the sunrise. We didn't get any colors, nothing. Just gray. So anyway, I can bring in the camera. And we can see. Whoa! That almost closed. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Wait, let me see if I can turn on the light. Can't turn on the flashlight. It's being used by another app. Okay, I can't. Wait, I got another flashlight. Is it adjusting to the light yet? Okay, let's see if I can do it this way. I'm trying to hold the phone and the flashlight at the same time. So that's the end of my bed. There's my first aid drawer set, like paperwork, clothing. I put a little decorative thing there. blankets that usually go at the end of my bed in the daytime. Sets of drawers, my water, my lovely door no one can see through. And then my kitchen starts all the way up here until you get to my desktop. And then here I am. Ta-da. So I was able to show you a lot of my camper space without actually showing me. It's pretty roomy in here. Okay, that's just creepy. I had blue lights that go in here, but I had to put them outside because something happened to my white lights. So I want to put the base cabinet on this side. This white thing is what's in the way. It was going to be dinner yesterday, and I ended up eating something else. But I want to do that base cabinet, see the shelves, and stuff in between it, the microwave. That cart's going to stay there because I need something that rolls to get in and out to my power and stuff. But if I do one base cabinet, then I could just use an upper cabinet for something like that shelf. For the other stuff, I would be able to store a lot more because right now I've got the legs from the little shelf in the way. The microwave's bulky and there's hardly anything I could put in it. So, and behind it is a shelving unit where I have the stuff stacked up high. Can't see over there. Just grabbing a flashlight. Stuff stacked up high to. I can't see it. Oh, there. Now you can. There's a fan above the. That's what blows the heat into the camper. Flashlight. Oh yeah, there's doing something. And then I have the heater can behind it right now because I have the tea kettle on the stove. But it's cozy. I would like to get something I can snap in. Pick it up later. Snap in here between my computer table area and that all the way up around, make a temporary wall. So when I have the 200-watt heater, oh, you get really dizzy with me holding the camera, can't we? So when I'm running my 200-watt heater on a landline, it'll heat my little area that I'm sitting in. So I'm going to need to go because I need to figure out how I'm going to work today. I can't just sit in my camper and do it all day. I'll run out of power. So thank you guys for joining me. It's messy because stuff is normally put away during the day. Spread stuff out more at night. But yep, it feels like being in an attic crawl space as a little room, doesn't it? It does to me anyway. All right, I got to go. Bye, guys.